Just the best French pastry you will ever come across. Hi everyone, how's it going? Cooking with Cloudy again here. Today I'm taking you all the way to France because this recipe is called croissant. It is a French pastry. It's just simply butter folded inside dough in various layers. This recipe I made 27 layers of folded dough and butter. Before I show you how to make this easy and simple quick recipe, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and turn on the notification so you don't miss out when I upload any of my new videos. For the ingredients, this is 1.5 cup of cold unsalted butter, 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast, active dry yeast here, 1/4 cup of flour for dusting, 3.5 cup of flour, all-purpose flour, 2 large eggs, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 1/4 cup of warm milk. For the warm milk, mix the yeast inside the warm milk with a pinch of sugar. The pinch of sugar is just to activate the rising of the yeast. Stir the yeast mixture and let it rest for 5 minutes so that the yeast is going to proof. For the dry ingredients, mix the flour, sugar, and salt. This is how the yeast mixture looks like after 5 minutes. So you can add in 1 large egg, mix and stir everything together. Then you can combine the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients. Sprinkle flour on the working surface and transfer the dough. Knead the dough until it becomes less sticky. While kneading the dough, use the 1/4 cup of flour to dust. At this point, the dough has been perfectly formed. It is not sticky anymore. Transfer the dough to a bowl. Rub the top of the dough with oil so that it doesn't become hard. Cover with a cloth or an aluminum foil or a transparent foil. Leave it in the refrigerator for 4 hours to overnight. While the dough is resting in the refrigerator, use a parchment paper. Put the butter in it. Cover it with another parchment paper. Then begin heating or pressing the butter so that it spreads out. Fold the parchment paper in the form of a square. At this point, roll out the butter to take the shape of the square. Put in the refrigerator and take the butter out the same time you're taking out the dough. I left my dough inside the refrigerator for 8 hours. You can as well leave it overnight. So right now, I'm just going to dust my surface with some flour, then begin spreading out the dough in the form of a rectangle. Put the cold butter on the spreaded dough, then fold in the dough so that it covers the butter perfectly, then seal the edges. In this recipe, I'm going to be folding this dough to make 27 layers. So the first layer, spread out the dough right now in the form of a rectangle. Fold the dough so it forms the first 3 layers. This is the first turn. Right now, wrap in the transparent foil or whatever I want to wrap with and put in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. The dough is from the refrigerator. Turn the dough to about 90 degrees, then roll it out to form another rectangle. Right now, you're going to fold it again. This is the second turn. This turn is going to make 9 layers. Refrigerate again for 30 minutes. Okay, right now this is the final folding. It's just from the refrigerator again. Dust your working surface, then rotate again to 90 degrees. 90 degrees simply means the longer part. You should roll from the longer part of the rectangle. Roll it out again. At this point, when you're rolling out, if you come across any air bubbles, burst out the air bubbles using a toothpick, or you can use whatsoever to burst out the air bubbles. If at any point in time you're working with your dough and you see that butter is coming out from the dough, like the butter is already melting, please put the dough in the refrigerator again. The reason you're putting the dough in the refrigerator is because of the butter. The butter softens at room temperature and you don't want it to ooze out from the dough, and this is going to alter the baking process. Right now, fold again into 3. This final folding or the final turn is going to make 27 layers. Refrigerate again for 30 minutes. So this is the final stage. Roll out the dough from the longer part of the rectangle or turn it 90 degrees and roll it out. It is also very good to always dust your surface. This is because you don't want the dough to stick to the surface. If it sticks to the surface, the dough is going to pull out and butter is going to come out from the dough. Right now, please preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Use a pizza cutter or a knife, whatever thing you have, to cut into triangles. To roll out the croissant, make a short slit at the wider end of the triangle. This is because while rolling, you want to stretch out that end so that it becomes wider. Begin to egg wash all the rolled croissant. After egg washing, you can bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes until you have that beautiful looking golden brown color. Look at how beautiful the croissant came out. So nice. Look at the layers in there. The 27 layers is well shown there. Look at how beautiful this croissant turned out to be. Look at the layers, look at the folds. It's so beautiful looking. This is how you want your recipe to turn out. So this is the end of the video. Check the description box for the detailed recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.